I was born with a naturally creative personality, and I just evolved into wanting to study interior design, which I've been doing for many years. And then I worked with Isabel on one of her homes.
It's actually a great story. We did a house project, a huge renovation project in our home, and actually hired Grant to help us through the process. And you know what? We really worked well together, and at the end of the project, we finished each other's sentences, and creatively we, absorbed each other's energy, and that was the beginning of Evolution Design.
So what drives us as designers, I think it's our passion to create, and we really love the influence that interior design has on people's lives, and it becomes our creative outlet to help people realize their visions.
And also we really take it hard. We want to make our client happy. In the end, when we leave their home, they're in their space, so if they're happy, that's our main goal, for them to be happy with their space.
Our favorite kind of project is really the type of project where the client allows us to really express ourselves and take the ball and run with it. And that's a scary thing for clients to do. And the one thing that they have to understand is that Isabel and I really, before taking that ball and running with it, is that we really get to know the client, and what the ball that we're running with is the one that they've handed us, so that in the end this total creative freedom will come back and be a design that really represents who the client is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, the way I interpreted that was that I think interior design for me is a lifestyle. It's about creating lifestyles, and because aesthetics is so important to me, and everything that I do when I wake up in the morning, it's just my creative mind is embracing something that I'm looking at. It's looking how I can make it better, what will I do, and so I think that's how interior design really.
And also for me, it's also the practical aspect, because I have a family, and taking into consideration the needs of the client. That's a really, driving force for our creativity.
I think Isabel answered that early. Our dynamic between the two of us is that we've really been able to finish each other's sentences, and that carries over into interior design. Sometimes, like any couple, we can be kind of at odds in terms of how we want to approach something, but we keep at it until we both agree on something, and when we both look at the same object and we say, that's it, we know that we've
in our office, we have desks. We have many desks, but lo and behold, we sit in the same desk face to face, and
3 feet apart.
Yes.
5 days a week.
Yes. And it's always, a relationship, and he brings in some elements, I bring in other elements, and really together it becomes a nice creative product.
Yeah, and I think the benefit of two people working together is no matter how confident you are in creating something, is sometimes you need an editor, just like a writer needs an editor. So we're each other's best editors, because when we both approach a design and we look at it, we can count on the other one to make it better than it was if we were doing it individually.
I agree.
Yeah. It's 12
My
years.
son's 12, and we did the project 12 years ago.
Yeah. You know what? It's like, honestly, we're like kindred spirits. We're just like, I don't know what to say, we're like sister and brother, work soulmates, and we never have to make an effort. I mean, yeah, we have our cranky moments with each other sometimes. We both have bad days.
It's either him that's cranky and I'm happy, or it's me that's cranky.
So it's like a couple, we balance each other out, and it's just something, we're like best friends besides being a work couple, and it's just never been an effort.
Very lucky to know each other. Yeah.
I think people, it's a relationship, and I think, get along with the person first, and then it might seem like the opposite, and then make sure you enjoy the person's aesthetic. Because you could love the person's work, and if you have a personality clash, you're never going to get the best product from that designer.
Yeah.
So make it about the people first, and then work on finding someone who shares your vision.
I agree with that. And you know, Grant and I tend to be, we're really honest with people. And we tell them what it is in a nice way, we listen. So I think ultimately...
Yeah, we're too honest sometimes. But.
Yeah, that's true. But that's good.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, what's important in home decor stores are the people working there. I mean, you have multiple retailers that carry some of the same products. It's available online, but it's when you go into the store and you get the service, or they provide you with the information that you need at a reasonable time. I think to me that's what's important.
Yeah, and I think it's a supplier that is willing to work with you, because as designers we're dealing with a lot of individuals and who are very demanding and high needs, and so we come across into our suppliers sometimes like that, because we're carrying through the expectation of our clients. So stores that have a very a good response time for our inquiries really helps us to work with our clients.
And that's why we tend to go back to some of the same suppliers, because we build a relationship with them, and that's really important.
Yeah.
What does union mean or represent to you?
Oh, we're talking about that with Grant. I mean, I went shopping at Union when I was a kid with my parents. It's been here. It's been here forever.
But I think one of the real things is that Union, again, as one of the previous questions, it's about relationships and people. And Isabel and I do a lot of custom design things, and we look for inspirations. And Montreal is not the greatest resource for a lot of things. So we've been able to come to Union with a concept for a custom handle, and Natalie in hardware has really broken her head to see how she could put it together for us, and we created this world-class custom handle. And before Nearman Weeks was a part of Visual Comfort, Isabel did all this research over the internet and found the perfect fixture for a very difficult client, and we're like, well, we're gonna have to import that ourselves from California. So we came to Union, we said, here, we have this fixture, and they're like, we'll research it. And even though they weren't carrying that part of that line yet, they imported it for us. So this is what Union is to us. It's a resource that even if it's not something they have for us, they will help us get there.
And it's so important because, when you're creating something, you really need to have that thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And Union make the effort to
make
help
it
us
happen
out.
for us,
So I think that's important.
Oh gee, I thought we were going to walk around and look at them, so I didn't even take down the names. I'm not a name person.
Okay, so my top favorite thing for the moment is this Uma lantern from Pablo Design. It's fabulous. It's a sleek lantern design, which has an integrated speaker in it. It actually comes with a fabulous leather handle that you can take around, and there's a gray handle and a natural handle, so if my mood changed, I could switch it up. And the beauty of it is also, as my guests could use the Bluetooth and upload their music. It's very easy to use.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
and the volume control has a very cool, sleek thing. I love it.
Very nice. Okay. And I think the other thing one of our favorite things in the store is the door lever handle.
Yes.
From which supplier? I'm sorry to remember. MTech. So what we love about it, it's really interchangeable. You have a choice of several levers, several back plates, and umpteen finishes. So we've used it
And you can mix it up.
Yeah, you can mix it up. They let you interchange the finishes, so you have a combination.
Kind of semi-custom.
Yeah, without a custom price. It's a very
and it's
reasonably priced thing. So we've used it in many projects, and we get this really high-end upscale look at a very obtainable price point for a lot of clients.
And it's like a piece of jewelry, a handle. Sometimes people forget about it.
Yeah, even on the plainest door, it really elevates the level of design. So and the last one is, do you want to go with the Kelly Wurster lamp?
I love that lamp.
Do you remember the name of it?
I don't know. It's a sculptural kind of oval stone lamp. The reason we really like it, it's could go into a modern environment or even a classic environment. The scale is not too big. Sometimes lamps, their scale are huge and it's like you don't know where to put it.
It's got a very strong, simple silhouette.
It does, and it's a statement piece, but without being obvious statement piece. So that would be, I think, our top 3 favorite things. Oh, I knew that was gonna come. I'm like, I thought about myself, but I have to say, loyal about you. Goofy.
Yeah, I get that a lot from you.
Secretly. And super creative, talented person. Sometimes you amaze me.
That's way more than 3 words, but I'll
it's
accept
like,
it.
It's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for
That's
Isabel, I would
important.
have to say, I think definitely very kind, generous, and I think just a third one would be a beautiful soul.
Oh, thank you.
And that's my 3 words.
Oh, I love you. Because now we're stuck in our city, which is fabulous that we never get to do, right? We never explore it. I would say there's the graffiti walls on Saint Laurent Boulevard near Rachel. There's tons of them. So it's cool to go explore, take pictures and whatnot.
Oh, just like walking tour of all the
Yeah,
great. Okay.
and I think what they do is they change it up every year, so it's different. You could go back to it, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my little tidbit that I like.
And one of my favorite places has always been the Atwater Market. I used to live in the area for so many years, and actually I was dragged there as a kid. It's been around so long. With my grandmother who used to shop there, but being an avid cook, I just loved going there and hanging out like on Saturday morning and getting all my things together. It's especially in the summer when it's a real farmer's market. So I really enjoyed that. I think it's a landmark in Montreal.
And my other thing, I mean, it's not a secret, I'm sure, because you can't get a reservation, is Damas restaurant. I think it's just so good, so fabulous. The ambiance there is warm.
That's true, yeah.
It's you could bring families, you could bring friends. I think it's my top place to go.
Okay.
Oh, we have a few that
We have a
like.
few going, yeah, we have a few going. So I think one of the ones that was very interesting to us, we're doing a large house in Scarsdale, New York, and it's an old Tudor house, but we're gutting it out completely and reimagining it from the, top to bottom.
And I think in that project, I think the challenge that we talk about is you still want to have a nice architectural presence and not completely gut it to a modern state where people make that mistake sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think it's combining both, maybe architecture to try to keep it intact, but modern.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And that's the exciting one that we have.
That's the
going
exciting
now.
one, but we're passionate about all our projects.
Yeah.
So.
And that's it.
Yay!
Are we done?
We're done.
It was good?
It flies by, no?
No way. Okay, because we're so anxious about it. We're like, okay, let's get it done.
So.